So we are here in Tracy, California, and we're going to be talking about some traveling for those of you that fly frequently. You're going to want to watch this video because we're going to talk about the ins and outs of traveling from Tracy, California. Also, we're going to share one of our kind of, maybe it's a little secret of how we like to travel a little bit from Tracy. So you're going to want to stick around to the end to see that as well. If you're new to the channel, and want to know everything about Tracy, California, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know the ins and outs of what's going on here in Tracy, California. My name is Rob, and I'm here with Lone Lady Liz. We get calls and texts every single day from people just like you that are looking to buy a new home here in Tracy, California. So if you're looking to buy here in the next 9 to 90 days, be sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or schedule a Zoom call so that we can get you pre-approved. That is probably the most important thing that you can do when you are looking to buy a new home, is to get pre-approved so you know exactly what you're shopping for. We can also connect you with a fantastic real estate agent that can represent you in buying your new home. So let's get into this, Liz. We're going to talk about, like I said, mentioned earlier, flying and different airports and getting to those airports here from Tracy. So Liz, if you want to pull up the map, let's jump into this and just talk about the ins and outs of flying and the different airports available to us here in Tracy.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's super important if you are going to move to the area, to the Central Valley, to know, one, how far the airports are, but also how far they are during rush hour and what time rush hour is and kind of what to plan for. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So we're in Tracy, California, right here. And when you are shopping online for airfare tickets, usually, like especially at Southwest, but all of them do it, is it asks you if you want to do the surrounding airports. So maybe you're thinking, I'm just going to fly out of Oakland, but you can also have it price out the surrounding airports so that you can get the best deal. So the airports that you're going to want to look at and pay attention to is Oakland is right here, San Francisco. And you can see like on this map, there's like little ones, like, private plane kind of airports. We're not talking about those. There's a lot of farmland, especially like in the Central Valley, that there's airport hangars for those kinds of airplanes, but that's not what we're talking about. So we've got Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, and up north here, let me just zoom out a little bit more, is Sacramento. And I'll be honest, I don't fly out of Sacramento a lot, but it is something that you never know if it's cheaper to fly there and then out of there, then why not? Because it's actually not super far away.
I'm going to be honest, Liz. Primarily, I mean, there's really three. I mean, the fourth one would be Sacramento, but that's probably going to be really if the flights are. I mean, it's just the only flight that you've got available, or it's the cheapest flight and you're willing to drive. I would say primarily most people that are traveling from Tracy are going to probably most likely fly out of Oakland, and then San Francisco or San Jose. But primarily, they're going to be looking at Oakland, San Francisco, or San Jose. Sacramento it's something that is going to be available to them, but my guess is that would be kind of a last choice airport to fly out of.
Right. It's 82 miles to get to that airport. So it is like twice as far as it is to Oakland or San Jose. So really, I think you're going to be getting a heck of a deal to fly into Sacramento, but we don't want to totally discount it. So I guess we'll just start there. So Sacramento, 82 miles. The traffic going into Sacramento is not going to be as heavy as it is when it's going into the other Bay Area airports. So that's something that, not that you don't need to keep in mind, but traffic for this area, Bay Area especially, but traffic in general is going to be from around, I'm going to say 5:30 a.m. to probably 9 a.m. And then on the way home, you're going to hit traffic again, probably 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So those ranges seem really crazy, but we'll talk about why that's important in a minute. So just as a, side note, Sacramento, it's going to be your furthest airport at this point.
And like Liz was saying, I mean, traffic is probably not going to be as congested. Once you get into like the Elk Grove area, though, it will start getting congested for all the people commuting into Sacramento. You got a lot of people that are going downtown Sacramento. The capital's there, so there is a lot of congestion there, but it's probably going to start happening once you get to about the Elk Grove area. So Oakland is about a 45-minute drive, or sorry, about a 45-mile drive from Tracy. So on a non-commute time, you're looking at probably about 45 minutes to an hour to get from Tracy to the Oakland airport.
Right. So, but here's the thing you need to keep into consideration. So let's just say your flight is leaving at 8 a.m. and you're going to get there 2 hours early. So you're going to need to get there by 6. Well, that's going to be crazy traffic. You're probably going to want to leave by 4 or 4:30 to get there on time. So, and you have to also, of course, put into consideration, is somebody just going to drop you off, or do you have to find parking and then take a shuttle and those kinds of things. So if you're leaving in the morning, if your flight leaves at 8, or this is like my mom does this all the time. If your flight is going to, if you have somebody coming to visit you and your flight comes in at 8 a.m., then you need to just still plan on leaving to get there on time around, an hour and a half to 2 hours early. So that just is the way it is, Bay Area traffic. That is going to apply to Oakland. San Francisco is the same. It's about another 30 minutes from like the Oakland area to the SFO airport. The thing that is different with that airport in San Francisco is you've got this bridge right here. You have to pay a toll. So it's going to be anywhere from $6 to $10, depending on the time of day.
You can also go, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the bridge. If you remember, Liz,
San
you can
Mateo
chime in,
Bridge.
but I'm
Yeah.
San Mateo Bridge. You can also take the Bay Bridge, so you'll just want to see which one is quicker. Usually the San Mateo Bridge is quicker, but depending on traffic, you're going to watch that because you could take the Bay Bridge as well and get to the airport as well. And they both are toll bridges, so you will have to pay a toll.
The San Francisco airport sometimes has more direct flights. I mean, it really is just, it's finding the cheapest deal. For a little while, I was flying to Utah a lot, and SFO was the most direct flight to Salt Lake for the cheapest amount. Oakland will fly there directly, but it was way cheaper to just go out of SFO. So that's where we flew out of there. There's a lot of these airports like have direct flights to Hawaii, which we love. It's closer to Hawaii on this side of the country. So we do love that. Something that I do think is important to consider. So let's just say you have somebody coming to visit you and you don't want to drive all the way into the airport. Like what are the ways that they can get a little bit closer over to like the East Bay, Tracy area? We do love the San Jose airport because they have a lounge for the American Express lounge, which is awesome. Actually, San Francisco does too. And it's in the international terminal. Super bougie if you are like into bougie shopping. And that's where the lounge is. So anyway, but SF or San Jose is great. We do love it. The airport is super easy to, like, once you get into it, it's just the process to get to your gate is so simple.
I think it's just a little bit smaller than the other two. It's just a little bit easier to navigate and to get to your gate. I feel like sometimes it's just not as busy as the other two. But I've always loved flying out of San Jose. I've actually, if I could pick flying out of those three, I would probably pick San Jose. Even though it might be a little bit longer drive, it's not going to be that much longer of a drive. I think It was 45 miles from Tracy to the Oakland airport. It's about 50 miles to San Jose. So it's about, again, about a 45-minute to an hour drive to San Jose. And I've always just really liked that airport.
Yeah, and you don't have to cross a bridge or anything to get to it. So it's pretty simple. Let's just say that you have family coming in, somebody coming in to visit you, and you don't want to go drive clear into the airport. So what are the other options available to you? So there is something called the BART, so Bay Area Rapid Transit, and that does go to San Jose, Oakland, and San Francisco. The San Francisco airport for BART, it's the last stop. And so I mean, it's a long ride for them to get back to here.
So it's not going to go all the way into Tracy, but it will go into the Dublin Pleasanton area, and you could pick them up from Dublin BART station. Or so it's not going to get you all the way to Tracy, but it can get them a pretty good, distance to there. They will have to take different trains. So the San Francisco BART will take you up to like downtown San Francisco, and then you'll have to get on a different train to get into the Pleasanton Dublin off.
It goes from San Francisco all the way to Pleasanton. The San Jose airport is the one you'd have to switch trains to because the switch is like around here area.
Are you 100% sure? Because I was looking on that, and you were taking the blue train to the yellow train in San Francisco, and the yellow train got you down to
Oh, really?
the
I don't
to the
remember.
airport.
I've done it before and I don't remember having to ch change. So, I mean, personally, I do think that the drive to the Oakland airport is maybe 20 more minutes. But if it's San Francisco like that, that could be pretty handy to just pick them up in Dublin. And then your drive from Dublin to Tracy is maybe 20 to 45 minutes, depending on the time of day. If somebody is coming in and you're picking them up around 4 o'clock on a weekday, expect to hit traffic coming home, especially around here in this like Dublin area all the way to Tracy is going to be pretty heavy traffic after 4 o'clock on.
Yeah, kind of. If once you kind of get to around the 680, while you're driving, on the 580, once you get to around the 680, it's going to start to back up. Maybe a little bit before that, but you can plan on pretty heavy traffic once you get to the 680 all the way into Tracy.
Yeah.
If you're picking somebody up, at 4 during the rush hour.
Yeah, there are commuter lanes along here for a little while, but not the whole way. So you can use, as long as you have the tag for the commuter, there is a commuter lane. You just have to, pay whatever the toll is for the tag.
And let's disclose on that commuter. I guess you can also, if you got a fast track, you can just, I guess you'll have more than one person in the car. So I guess you won't be charged the toll, but it is a toll road. So if there's more than one passenger in the car, which if you're picking somebody up, there would be, so there wouldn't be any fee to you, but there are commuter lanes. You can pay the toll if you want as a single driver. So if you were driving in, you could use the toll road. Or if you're dropping somebody off and coming back, you could utilize that, but there is a fee for that. Or if you got multiple people in the car, you're good to go. You do have to have the little, I don't know what it's called, but you have to have the fast pass in your car in order to utilize that
Double
lane.
check the fast pass because I think you might get charged to take the toll no matter what. So those rules do change all the time. So this video could, as far as the charges go, could get outdated if they decide to just charge everybody who uses it. So double check that. Okay, so anything else you want to say about any of these airports, Rob?
So I do want to just share a story. I happened to take my parents to the Oakland airport the other day. They had a really early morning flight. So they flew out of Oakland. I think they left around 6 o'clock. So we left Tracy to get to the airport. They wanted to be there about 2 hours early. So we left here about 3:15 in the morning. And I got to the airport at just right at 4 o'clock, so it was 45-minute drive. But I will say, coming back home to Tracy, as I was coming down the Altamont, it was 4:30 in the morning, and the traffic on the opposite side of the freeway was definitely starting to get heavy and starting to pick up, and you could see brake lights. So 4:30 in the morning on Friday, at it, traffic was starting to pick up at 4:30 in the morning. So like Liz was talking about earlier, you definitely want to plan and know exactly kind of what the commute is going to be like when you are thinking about your travel and getting to and from the airport, because traffic can be an issue. And if you're thinking that you're going to be to the airport early and you get stuck in traffic, you might be racing to the terminal or possibly even missing your flight. So just want to make sure that you all are aware of the commute times, especially during rush hour.
Yeah, and my opinion is if you have to fly a lot, you like a lot, you may want to consider moving a little bit closer to the airports. I would say if that were the case,
Just plan accordingly, and you maybe want to just get a later flight. I mean, we do know people that travel significantly that are traveling, I mean, at least, weekly or every other week. And I mean, they're making that commute from Tracy regularly. My guess is that they're just planning accordingly to not hit rush hour traffic.
like book your flight at the right time. If you're somebody that has to travel maybe multiple times a week on an airplane, you might want to affordability wise, like the idea of living in Tracy or the Central Valley is really about affordability. And if you're looking for affordable places closer to an airport, it's going to be the Sacramento area. It's going to be less expensive closest to this airport. All of these other Bay Area airports they're just, it's an expensive place to live. So if budget housing price is really important to you and you need to be close to an airport, I would say Sacramento is going to be your best bet. Best airport on the map is going to be, it is not international. It only has two flights, two places that it goes to. But we go to both of them. Yes. So this Stockton Airport right here. You guys, this airport is 20 minutes away. You can park in the parking lot and walk into the airport and in 10 feet check into like go through security. It's amazing. And so the flights that they go to, the places they go to are Las Vegas and Arizona. I think it's Phoenix. There are definitely times of day, like only times of day. I think it's only Allegiant. And so, but it's just so convenient and easy, and Allegiant's pretty affordable. So I think it's great. It's nice when there's like a quick weekend getaway that you want to go to.
It's pretty inexpensive. I think what last time we stayed there, I think it was like $10 a day. So
Yeah.
it was
It's pretty
pretty cheap to
affordable.
park there.
Somebody did say like watch out, your car could get stolen. I don't know if I'm being honest. Every cars are getting stolen everywhere in the Bay Area, so I don't know that it's just Stockton. Don't be scared by Stockton Airport, or it being in Stockton. So anyway, that's like to me the hidden gem of Stockton or of the airports in our area really is Stockton. It's a direct flight, Las Vegas, Phoenix. It's awesome. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz. Appreciate you sharing. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We got people calling us all the time. So call, text, schedule an appointment on Zoom. We'd love to chat and help you out. Have a good one.